Hey, what's up, guys? Another week, another topic.
Here we go.
Today is your people, places, and things. How important really is
Yeah,
it?
they're not that important.
Nah,
Yeah,
not.
no, for real.
Turn the page. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is very vital stuff. Your
Yes.
people, places, and things. It's literally your whole life, every aspect of your addiction, your being that you have lived for so long.
But I don't like change.
Well, get over it.
I don't like change. So this is what we have to do to,
Yeah.
try to help ourselves and our, prolong our sobriety.
Yes, these are all things that we've done. It has not been easy changing your people, places, and things. It's
Definitely
not,
not.
because that's friends, that's family, that's places maybe you've grown up, that's childhood homes,
Right.
that's, it could be the grocery store you go to that you've always went to,
Yeah, the places.
Everything.
I had a work partner of mine that had to actually start bringing his own roll of toilet paper to work with him. True story. He could not use the Porta John. There's
'Cause
one of his places. He was just like, "Look, that's a place I got to change. I can't even poop at work no more without being triggered."
And that's what I was going to say. And that's the thing about
So he would
these
just go
people,
straight
places,
to the
and
woods.
things. They cause
Right.
us triggers.
Right.
And that's why it's so important to change them. So
Right.
let's start with our people.
The people. That's the one out of the three. That's. I guess that's why it's the first one. You say
Because
people
it's the
first.
most difficult. Yeah.
And that's the one you have to change first.
Yeah.
The people you're around, because if you change the people you're around, you're not going to go to certain places and do certain things.
Yeah, I mean,
because
it
you're
kinda
not
ties in together,
right, because you're
doesn't
not
it?
hanging around those certain people anymore. So
So
it
you're not
kinda,
gonna be at
if
those
you
certain
change those
places.
people that you're around, it's going to automatically change the place and things. Some of the places and things.
Yeah, I
Unless you're just a loner, you know what I mean? But
I didn't really realize that they kind of tied in together like that sometimes.
You got to think sometime, babe.
Hush your mouth.
Yeah, you
Anyways,
got one in. Y'all check
I'm
on me
going to
later.
change my people. No, just kidding. Just go ahead
but
and get rid of this one.
But sometimes, these people that you're having to change might be your family. And it's
Childhood
just
friends.
Childhood friends. Ooh, yeah. Well, what about little Johnny? I can't hang out with little Johnny no more.
I was going to say,
listen-
who's little Johnny?
Little Johnny, the one that's got all the bad jokes.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we have to be an example. We have to, if they're not growing with us, then we have to grow by ourselves.
Right. Right.
Because I can't help little Johnny or whoever if I'm staying right there with him and continuing, to lead by example by getting high and, yeah, come on, let's go party. That's
Right.
not
Well,
helping. That's not
can-
helping any of our loved ones or our friends. So if they won't follow us into recovery, then we have to do it by ourselves.
Right.
And then once we get so far in, then you can, be an example to them and maybe start going back around. Because sometimes, a lot of times you can't help being around people who are still in addiction.
Right.
Sometimes
that's
you
where
have no
have
control
to,
over that.
You control your own environment, though. You have to make that a priority. I have to take control of who I'm around.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be who you're around. It might not be. You might not change. You might still be hanging out with somebody that smokes, whatever. But eventually, we're like, hey, let me get one of them.
Yeah, eventually, eventually it will get to be too much, and eventually you'll join in. If you see, I kind of feel differently a little bit about that, because I feel like if you're far enough along in your recovery and you have enough tools in your bag, then you can be around these people, and lead by example and just constantly encouraging them to get sober. Hey, you're gonna get tired of me telling you come to CR with me, because I'm gonna be at you
That's
as
what
much
I
as
do
possible.
now. So, but that's and that's actually run people off. If
it runs you off, then it runs you off.
Right, but I'm okay with that, because if me being okay with myself and inviting you to come, if you can't come do what I want to do, and you only want me to come do what you want to do, then I don't need to be around you anyways.
No,
Come on.
I think. I already said it. I feel like. I'm 11 years sober, right? I should be able to be, to go to a not so, friendly place, and I should be able to talk to them and tell them, about Jesus and about the greatness that he can provide and about how amazing being sober is. And I feel like I could do that I should be able to. I'm far enough along in my recovery. I have 11 years. I should have enough tools and I should be applying them to my life.
Yeah, that's
to where
you get to that point.
I don't break. You know, like being around these people, I'm not gonna be like, hey, let me hit that. No, I don't want it, but I want to help you.
Right.
I want to lead you to where I'm at now. But we can't get to that point in our recovery if we don't learn these things, if we don't learn how important changing your people, places, and things are, and you know how vital it is to make those steps and grow in your recovery. You have to, you know, I mean, I'm going to name a couple. You have to create a safe, structured environment, and that's where you have to cut out those places and those things because they trigger us, they stress us, they cause anxiety, you know. And
so
if
you know, some people can't carry a leader leash, a lighter leash. A lighter leash.
I had no idea what you were trying to say.
It's a lighter on the string to let go of retracts. You know, saying nobody can take care of. You know what I'm saying? That's a trigger. But you know what I'm saying? These triggers that's where a lot of things that you do are triggers.
Yeah.
You know, that's more or less triggers. But people can be triggers too.
I mean, your people, your places, your things, all of them. The whole point in changing these things is because they cause triggers. They cause your brain
cravings.
to revert back to like what you did when you were in these places or did these things, or you know, because. But
now I'm just sitting at home with no friends, nothing to do, ain't got no hobbies. So
what do you do about that?
So I have to find something else for me to do. I had to create new habits. I guess you could say.
Well,
and don't make it, you know, some people turn, you know, one thing, you know, just replacing one thing with another. You know, some people say, well, I got a little extra money, I'm going to go play the lottery with it now. See if I can't win the big bucks. But then that can turn into something, you know.
I mean, as long as what you're replacing it with is something positive, then you can replace. You know, like we say all the time, well, he's just replacing one thing for another thing. He's just replacing the jug with something else. Make it Jesus. Make it go into CR. Make it volunteering to go help do things on Saturdays that whatever the church is doing. You know, make it going out and visiting. Instead of going to the bar on Saturdays, I'm going to go visit and knock on doors Saturday instead. As long as, you can replace things, but just come on, use your common sense.
Right. It's like, you know, it's like this weekend we went to the beach. And you know, the beach here in Troup County.
Yeah,
Moon
we
Beach.
Didn't go.
It's a real beach. It's got sand. They fish in the water. You know, fish pee in that water too. You know, same whatever beach you go to, there's fish peeing in that water. But I'm just saying, we went to the beach, and you know, I was looking up, and I seen. I almost said his name, but I'm not going to say his name. He's from Hogansville. Don't do that. You would probably know him if you're from Hogansville.
No, don't do that.
I'm just saying, I know what they was doing up there.
Yeah.
You know, not only because I could smell it, but I could see it, and I was like, and they were watching their kids out there in the water. They used to be me. You know, instead now my new thing is I'm laying in there kicking my feet in the, you know, 2 inches of water with my 2-year-old, you know, laying on my stomach, and you know, and
instead of being distant and doing your own thing.
So now this is a new thing. So I'm actually getting involved with my kid.
Yeah,
you know, in the water,
and actually engaging.
Right.
Instead of just being there, you're there, but you're not there.
Right. So, but this is changing my things habits. I was doing, changing my habits and what I'm doing now. So yeah. You know, change what you got going on. You know, get back involved with the family that you used to be involved with, or find something that you try to get back into something that you used to be in love with as a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
I used to love reading. Like just reading books.
You still read. I mean, you read the good book now.
Well, yeah. But I liked reading fantasy, you know, novels and stuff like that too. And what?
Yeah, nothing.
What?
That's fantasies.
Anyways, I'm gonna yell cut if you keep on messing with me. But like, get back into your old habits. I recently found out that I can paint.
You didn't even know it.
No idea. I had no idea. That artist,
this stuff really looks
Gene
good too.
Passed me, but come to find out, I really can. And maybe if I would have used that, you know, a long time ago, you
might not have ended up or went down the road that you went down.
I mean, because we have so much potential, I mean, that we just let slip us by, and we just throw it away because it's just easier if we give in to the struggles of life and the stress and the anxiety and the depression and and pure pressure, because I hate to tell y'all, but that's a thing.
Right. Right.
And I mean, it's easier that way. Sobriety takes work.
It does, and you have to make new friends. You have to find time to make new friends, and we found that we've done a podcast on making friends, before. And
have we?
Yes, it's been way back.
We done made so many, y'all. I forget sometimes.
But go check us out. Go look for it, friends, making new friends. But the thing is, we said that I went out to make a friend and couldn't, to find a friend and couldn't find any.
Yeah.
And then went out to be a friend and found plenty.
Yeah, I remember that.
But changing some relationships, getting positive relationships, that's with the people, taking the negative relationships out, whether they're a longtime friend or a family member you've lived with your whole life. You have to distance yourself, from those, and build you a positive relationship. It was like this morning, I had a friend, from the church. We actually got something going on that we're tag teamed together with, and he called me early this morning, woke me up. And it was a different phone call of being woke up in the morning.
Than what it used to
you got a sack, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm struggling, help me out till this afternoon or whatever. Let me hold 20 to Friday, something like that. It was, hey, are you ready for this afternoon? And what it is really preaching the word of God, you know what I'm saying? So it's two totally different things. That's a positive relationship that I have in my life now.
Yeah. Well, and that aids us in staying, and
Right.
that's another thing, because once we build these once we change our people, the people, and we actually build this new sober network, because that's sometimes what it's called, and in recovery is you got to get you a sober network. Well, it's a real thing,
right?
But once you get so far into it, you find yourself not wanting to mess up, not just for yourself, but for me personally, if I was to mess up, I would disappoint so many people who have put so much effort into me, into my recovery, and it would, I would just break their hearts.
Right, and I'm the type of person, if I've hurt somebody else now, my shame's gonna feel, because I feel all my emotions now.
I probably would spiral out of control just thinking about how awful, and
regret,
yes,
guilt, shame.
But it's because when you build these new sober networks, the connections that you gain are so much stronger than the relationships and the connections that you had in addiction.
Right. They keep me in line. They keep me on the straight and narrow.
Well, and you feel safe. You finally feel safe after years and years, or however long, the addiction was. For me, it was years that I just felt safe. I felt lost. I felt out of control, no structure in my life. And once I got sober and, I started changing my people, places, and things, my negative people, places, and things, and started, filling those holes, because obviously it's lonely once you, you get rid of all that.
You can't just get rid of something and not fill it back up with something, right? That's what leads down to the road of loneliness.
But, I feel so safe. I feel so structured. I'm in my environment. There's less stress. There's less anxiety because I'm not worried.
So that works on your mental health.
Yeah.
Right.
So much better mental health because I'm not worried about, who's going to pop up at my house at any time, or who's going to come over, who might see this person
who's
over
just
at my
knocking
house.
on the window at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. I mean, all of those things, they just beat you down till there's almost nothing left of you. So it's so vital to change these things in your recovery, because it builds you. It builds your mental health. It builds your emotional, positive emotions, instead of always just being sad. Perfect example. Okay, I've got some memories popping up on my Facebook. Thanks, Facebook. But a lot of them they're so negative and they're so sad and, oh, poor pitiful me, and my life sucks and nobody loves me and I'm just out here all by myself. And it makes me sick to my stomach that I really used to be like that. And it's good night, girl, grow up, stop. But I really felt that way. I really felt so lost, so alone, and everybody was against me. Everybody hated me. And now I got so many people like that care about me that like I had to stop writing back when we went through these hard times because I was like, I can't keep up. Like,
All right,
there's so many
I don't know what I told. So you started actually making posts and sharing it to everybody.
Yeah, I was like, look, just go read my Facebook. Just go read my Facebook. But that's what you get when you
Right.
build those new positive relationships and you change those people, places, and things.
Right, and by
you
doing
get
this,
so much love that you're like, oh God.
well, it's almost like a relapse prevention plan.
That's exactly what it is.
You know, you're preventing a relapse by changing these people, places, and things.
Because
that's off the top. You know, you're changing these things, and you're preventing a relapse that you don't even know that might
come around the
might be a
corner.
potential, right?
Yeah, like because there's not the potential if you change your people, places, and things.
Right,
Like,
right.
as long as you stay away from the crack house, you're not gonna.
Right.
Don't
go there.
I mean,
Another left turn.
I mean, and a lot of recovery really is a lot of common sense.
It is. You know.
Be smart. Like, you don't want to get pulled over. Don't ride with stuff. Don't have reasons to get pulled over.
Right, unless
you know?
you're just
Like,
used to or just like paying the stupid tax. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, a lot of us still are paying the stupid tax.
Yeah.
You know, consequences, you know.
Yep. Raise your hand. Raise your
Yeah,
hand.
the past, you know, what you mean past? This is the present. You know, I'm still paying stupid tax on, but, you know.
Consequences. There are consequences to our actions.
Right, and there's consequences of who you hang around. There's consequences to the places you go and the things that you do. There's consequences.
Guilty by
in
association. It is a thing.
Right, yes,
Like-
it is. Be careful.
I can't tell you how many times just being at a place, not doing anything, like was not doing anything, was not guilty on purpose. I mean,
Right.
I was just there, like, and
Right.
was in trouble because I was there. But I was
Yeah.
guilty because I chose to go to that place knowing I didn't have no business being there.
Right. I got locked up for 19 days just being somewhere I wasn't supposed to be.
That was when we first met, guys.
that was
it
because
was
they
so
were-
romantic.
So awesome. She wanted to go fishing. I was like, hold on, I'll be right back.
Got arrested.
Yeah, 19 days later.
Yeah, but
People, places, and things.
That's the places you were at. That's the consequences of the place you chose to be that day.
Right.
Um,
So overall, controlling your people, places, and things is about creating a soft.
it
Let's
does
not
not say
say
soft.
I'm trying to read it, guys. But a safe and
What is it?
controlled
Safe.
environment.
You're so dumb. Y'all ignore him. He's soft.
Wait a minute.
It's
About people,
about
places.
creating a
Right.
safe, structured, controlled environment where you can
Right.
thrive and where you can grow.
Right. Keep
if
growing.
you don't
Keep moving
change
forward.
these people, places, and things, you will not grow. You will not move forward. They will always hold you back and drag you right back down to where you were. I know from experience. Like,
Right. Get you a group. Go to a group. See all.
That's
celebrate.
where your
Our
support
people,
network is
you
gonna
need some
come
different
from.
people. Celebrate Recovery. You need a different place. We got Celebrate Recovery, and we got plenty of things to do up here. Y'all come help us out.
oh yeah, they'll put you to work real quick.
We need some volunteers. Come, please help me. I'm getting tired.
They always offer it. You need community
You
service?
Yeah, come see us. We got you. we even front community service.
You
Okay,
said,
anyway, I'm just saying.
Frank.
Just saying.
I mean, come get them hours.
Yeah, right.
Got
But we
them
love
hours
you.
on deck.
We got these
No.
other videos. Y'all check us out. We love y'all.